party, and it is justice versus villainy.
We've got Jason Inman on one side, and then we got Mark Donica on the other.
Jason Inman on his solo venture to tackle anything in front of him that needs to be set straight and brought order to. And right now, he's got his sights set on the Lion's Den. New member of the Lion's Den, that is.
Mark Donica.
And we have seen Mark Donica personally, live and in person, perform. And he knows his stuff, that is for sure. And the man is calm, cool, collective, and he's a super nice guy.
The question is, does he know enough to beat Jason Inman?
Jason Inman, also a super nice guy. We love both these guys, which is hard for us to pick aside. Okay, it's easy for Vanessa. It's hard for me because we already know.
I will say, yes, they are nice guys outside of the ring, but in the ring, I'm going Jason Inman.
And I love Jason Inman, and storyline-wise, I think it is best for Jason Inman to retain the title and upgrade himself, you know, to the next level of superhero that we know he is. Donica, man, you got in really quick, and you know what? If you could take out Inman and take the belt, I'm happy for you. But at the same time, it would be nicer to fall and then go for it again.
There is that thing, though, with Jason Inman that we've seen in his like little tidbits when he's getting all cocky and stuff.
Yeah.
There is that possibility where he'll live long enough to see himself become the villain.
And I can't
So
wait.
we shall see, though.
And yeah, that's the thing, is the conversation with him and Hector Navarro. It pops up, and we've seen it with him and Ben Bateman. I thought he was going to knock out Ben Bateman at the freaking Schmoedown Awards. Like, he's doesn't let people walk all over him. That's why I want to see that next level of Jason Inman. I want the cockiness to turn him bad. And then, I don't know, man. It's something I'm really looking forward to. But at the same time, Donica, well-deserved if he can pull it off. So, for me, I'm sticking with Jason Inman. You've got Jason Inman. Donica, we love you. But yeah, we need some justice in our life. And man, he rocks out the freaking sonic screwdrivers every time he comes. Come on. He's the doctor himself. How do we...
Of course.
There it is. It's been a while. So, we are going to get into the battle between Donica and Inman now.
Big day, kid. This is it. This is the moment.
Don't get scared now.
This is about you reaching your destiny and finding your purpose. And when you get out there, they are going to boo you. They're going to call you a villain. You do not need to concern yourself with the opinion of sheep, for you are in the lion's den. And we brought you here for a reason. We brought you here so you could become who you were born to be. This is your moment. And you're going to take Jason
Are they gonna do the
Inman, a man so blinded by his own hubris that he cannot see his faults. He cannot see his future. He cannot fear or feel his destruction. You're going to take him and you're going to leave him broken in the arena.
Ken, I have never wanted something more in my entire life. And once I take that belt, the Lion's Den is going to have one more pillar of excellence to add to its record.
You are our tower.
I love that shot. I love that shot right up front. The lean, mean, green machine of Innergeekdom.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the movie.
Emma at the table.
Schmoedown. It is the Innergeekdom League. Emma, it is the Innergeekdom Championship. A belt is on the line between Jason Inman
Kind of
and
funny
Mark
how
Donica.
Emma's calling the match with Inman, who she
apparently
turned
last
down.
time they liked my pronunciation of some of the names in this Innergeekdom League, and so they brought me back for more. Here we are.
You are
But
green no longer, although you
it is her
are
league,
repping
so.
the Green Lantern. Is that a Green Hornet, a Green Arrow situation?
Try again.
Is that a
Slytherin?
an elf of some sort of Lord of the Rings
We're
film?
getting a little closer, a little closer.
A hobbit?
No
I'm
hobbits.
out.
It's people, magical people. They go to a
Willow.
school and...
Oh, it's Hogwarts. It's some sort of Slytherin or house, whatever.
That's-
We are in the house of the Schmoedown and in the Innergeekdom, you look at a guy like Jason Inman, and what a run this guy has had. He wanted that belt for a long time, and then he just started crushing fools left and right, including a very respected competitor himself, Hector Navarro. Jason Inman came in and dominated him, but Inman is one of these guys, you call him a triple threat, because he's good in singles, he's competed very well in there, he's gotten close to a belt there, and then he was one answer away from owning a team title belt, and now he finds himself
created a rule out of it
that he got from Hector Navarro against Mark Donica. Your thoughts on Jason Inman?
I mean, the thing about Jason Inman is he's such an interesting competitor because, as you say, he's so strong across the board. I think that Innergeekdom is definitely the league wherein he shines the most, and I'm curious to see if things do not go his way today, if that's going to affect his performance in other areas.
And I think I can speak for Jason when I say that the Innergeekdom belt is the one that he would cherish the most.
Oh, absolutely.
Any of the Schmoedown. He loves this stuff. He eats, breathes, and sleeps this stuff. And then you look at a guy like Mark Donica. Now, Mark, I know you guys have history. Mark Donica is somebody who has come in and really taken the league by storm because I think he might have the record for the shortest amount of time actually being in the Schmoedown and already getting a title shot, going up against a very formidable opponent, though he may be. So what's going
like
down
2
with
fights
Donica?
and a title.
He got in the Lions Den, but not before you talked to him.
Listen, Mark Donica came in. Mark Donica and I go way back. We've done shows together forever and ever and ever. And so, you know, he comes in. He has this fatal 5-way match. He and Adam Clavitt go toe-to-toe. He comes out on top. Obviously, he's a very strong competitor. And then, as he's going into his match against Jarrett, I was like, you know what, Mark, I'd like to make you feel welcome here at the Schmoedown.
Sure, you're very nice.
The Fight Club is here for you if you need us. And then he goes and sides with Tom Dagnino.
Who would do such a thing?
People with no taste, that's
Brown's
it.
not happy about it. I mean, since then, the Lions Den, he's joined them, and they have really been, for lack of a better word, just harassing the champ at every opportunity. They put into interviews, they caused it backstage, so really creating a lot of havoc in his life. And so now, finally, Jason Inman gets a chance to, once and for all, I don't think for all, but for the time being, shut up Donica.
Adam Havoc Clavitt.
Mark Donica has
a good nickname, Adam.
He's already made a statement in this league. He could put an exclamation point on that by winning a belt and taking it from Jason Inman. Some fireworks are about to go down here.
They certainly are. Listen, I am always a Jason Inman fan, big supporter of his, but today, man, pressure's on, Jason.
She's wearing the glasses from, what was it Lucky Charms? This is the classic cereal?
No, these are from Zenny Optical.
There we are, Zenny Optical.
Oh,
Shout out my favorite mom and pop restaurant, Arby's, as we throw to our pre-game competitors with their interviews. Let's take a look.
Arby's got a hell of a marketing game.
Schmoedown Super Friends, if you remember, I had a hell of a journey to this ring. Destiny followed me all the way for justice to be claimed in the Innergeekdom Championship. I am the people's champ. I am your champ. I am the Innergeekdom champion.
Well, hello, Schmoedown fans. Are you here to witness history? Well, yes, you are. We have with us Mark Donica. Snyder, look at this man.
He's a big, beautiful mountain of a man.
Yes.
That's what the Lions Den needs.
He is what the Lions Den need, and he is a winner.
But what happens if he loses?
This guy? He should go against Rachel Cushing. He should go against Jay Washington. He should go against Robert Meyer Burnett. He should go against Hector Navarro before he gets a chance to step in that championship ring. Because I'll tell you what, if he takes this belt from me, and he won't, he will not be the people's champ. He will be the thieving champ.
He has a title shot already. Do you understand that out there with your little Frankie numbers, little tracking scores on your Google spreadsheets and your podcast? Are you tracking his career? Because he already has a title shot.
If you look at my
path with him next time we go.
Belt, I had a harder climb than Mark Donica ever thought about. Mark Donica, who can't remember certain names of X-Men movies, yeah, go back and watch it. He spins away from MCU movies. There is nothing on that wheel that I am afraid of. Not one.
I love how he's
category.
analyzing though, because Donica did the same thing with Hayden.
A hero. You know as well as I that there are no heroes left. The people consider you a martyr, a statue to raise, and you're gonna fall. You're gonna burn. I have no respect for you.
Snyder.
You know, I'm not really afraid of them. I'm more afraid of their grooming habits because, dear God, most of them need a haircut. And you do not want to be near them. I mean, it's going to be the toughest thing about today's match is going to be being that close to the Lions Den because there's a smell.
When the dust is settled, Jason Inman, these people aren't going to see you for the hero that you claim to be, but for the fraud that you truly are.
The Lions Den's afraid, and they're scrounging for everything they can to hold on to these belts. Well, sorry, fellas, I'm going to slap your hand away. You're not getting this belt.
I mean, that is Jason
why I need Inman to hold on to
through
it.
and through. He is confident. I wouldn't use the words cocky or arrogant. He toes the line. He moonlight grabs it. He walks up to the line, and then he's like, I don't think I'm going to cross that just yet.
I think I would actually list that as one of his strengths, is towing the line between being arrogant and just being confident.
And then you have Mark Donica, who's a very different kind of performer, if you will, at least in the pre-show interview. He's tearing everybody down. He's raring to go.
Yeah, I feel like 2 seconds in the Lion's Den, and suddenly he's gone full fucking...
If you could go back and you could say, man, I wish I had never talked to him, or would you make a harder play to get him into the Fight Club?
I think I would make a hard play for him to get into the Fight Club, because the Fight Club wants strong competitors in our faction, and I know that Mark Donica is very good, and I believe that underneath all the bullshit and the terrible fashion sense that he's acquired since hanging out with Tom Dagnino, there is still a good person.
Luckily, us here on the answer desk have great fashion sense, as you can clearly tell. I'm in my classic suit. Emma clearly repping the color of Luke Skywalker's coolest lightsaber.
Hell yeah.
Let's go to the tail of the tape. Emma, what are some of the strengths of each one of these Innergeekdom competitors?
First up, you have got the challenger, Mark Donica. His strengths include Star Wars, Marvel,
he is
and
a tall guy.
He's every other
very tall.
He's a big
He
Wookiee.
is very
Big
tall.
Wookiee.
And then you have the defending champion, Jason Inman. His strengths include, of course, Star Trek, being part of Team Trek, DC/Marvel, and being confident but not being a dick about it.
Just telling that line. Emma Fife, are you ready?
He edges it out.
I am ready.
He's
Are you ready,
close.
Martinez?
I've never
He's
been. Well,
close.
I've been ready for a few things more than this, but not
He
the
gets away with
SATs.
it.
Let's get it going. Let's get ready to
Schmoedown.
For the introductions, we turn it over to the legendary golden throat of Christian G. Harloff. Take it away, sir.
Introducing first, the challenger, representing the Lions Den, with a record of 2 wins, no defeats. Here's Mark, the Enforcer Donica!
So good! I love it! I love it! I need Inman to keep the belt, though.
Yelling, a lot of cut-offs vest, a lot
But I
of
love
denim,
Donica.
Ken Knapsack bringing Sam Whitmer into this. Sam is very busy and important. Ken, just,
Yeah.
leave him out of this, please.
It's great that Ken is acting as a roadie
Checking-
for Donica,
checking
where
the
Donica's
markers.
dressed like a roadie for Backman Turner Overdrive.
It's very true.
Getting the microphone adjusted here. Okay, Mark Donica all set, and we go back to Christian for the champ.
And his opponent, representing Team Trek,
I do
with
like
a
this song.
record
Hans
of
Zimmer.
3
It took me a little
wins,
bit of time.
1
Took me some
defeat,
time to get into it.
is the 2017
That John Williams score, though, is just so beautiful.
That is a
Innergeekdom
good score
Star
too,
Wars
but
Player
I
of
do
the
enjoy
Year.
It wasn't until I heard them mixed together where I was like, okay, they go hand in hand. They work.
Undisputed
Severely
Innergeekdom
lacking from the Justice League
champion,
movie.
Jason Justice
What? There we go.
Justice Inman.
Hell yeah. Riley, though.
And now
Yay, Ashley Robinson.
Supergirl presenting the belt to the champion. Super
More
Inman.
Ashley.
Yes.
So many S's, except it's not actually an S. It's just a symbol from the planet of Krypton.
It stands for hope, I believe.
S, yes.
And Mark Donica maybe has a hope here as Riley and Donica exchange pleasantries, if you want to call it that.
What is
And
that,
that's like
though?
wishing
No,
well
there's
his
gotta be more to
competitor.
that.
And Jason
Riley
Inman
coming out
takes
with
a sip
Inman.
of his blue cup
Or maybe
water.
he
Does
just comes
Donica
out
No,
because
we
he
need
knows
a
our
here.
secret.
We need
ready to
a
go. Welcome
League of
into the
Heroes
dojo,
for the
gentlemen.
Schmoedown.
This is the Innergeekdom, and this is a championship
And Riley would be
match
perfect as a
between,
manager.
What, you guessed it, 5
Doesn't have to
epic
play.
rounds. The more you know about geek stuff, the better.
I like it.
In round
I like it.
1, you are going to have questions from a bunch of
The
different
Heroes League.
nerd
The Lion's Den is ready.
We are the Lions Den.
Fight Club a little bit. Jason, Justice, and are you ready?
For the heroes, let's make it so.
There you go. Make it so.
Emma, I feel like that was a quote from Star Trek. I can't confirm or deny that, but it feels
from
like
the
something
Orville.
that's been said from the Orville, the classic show. Here we go. In round 1, your first question comes from a world that Jason might be a little familiar with. We're not sure about Donica, and that is Star Trek. Your question is, in Star Trek II, The Wrath of Khan, which of Kirk's senses is beginning to fade with age?
I mean, it happens to everybody. Honestly, it's unavoidable.
Happens to the best
Taste.
of us. Father
It's like I
Time
can't
is
taste that
undefeated.
anymore.
5, 4, unless you're Tom Brady. 3, 2, 1. Eat your avocados, kids. Jason Inman.
It is his eyesight.
It is his eyesight, Mark.
I went hearing.
I went
He
hearing
got
too.
sight as well.
All right.
It's like I thought I could see pretty well
Question
in that
number
one.
2 in the category of Lord of the Rings. What is the name of the Ent that Merry and Pippin meet in the Two Towers? A lot of groaning from the crowd on that one.
From the crowd.
Yeah, I mean, I understand.
I
Giant
didn't know that they
looking
made movies about it.
tree.
They do. They make
And that's why I
movies about
appreciate you,
Lord
Emma.
of
It's his
the
name.
Rings.
4, 3, 2, 1. We go to Donica first.
Treebeard.
That is correct
Treebeard,
for 1
damn it,
point.
that's
Jason
right.
Inman?
It's Treebeard.
I put tree.
also
I was
correct.
halfway
If you wanted to give us a
there.
hard
Tree
question, you should
man.
ask us who voiced him.
I do
3
right questions. I just
We
say
can
them.
spitball these at the bar. across
My apologies,
the street
Emma.
afterwards. Your next question comes from the world of the MCU. In case you guys don't know, that stands for Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Okay.
That's not the question.
Thank
the
you for
question
that.
is,
What is that?
what is
Marvel
the
Cinematic
name?
Universe.
What is the name of T'Challa's younger sister?
The crowd
Emma,
is
I feel like you're under fire here today.
You know,
These are not. Ask somebody on the street these questions. They're not going to get
I
most
think
of
if we
these
just
answers.
go over to the Chipotle and ask somebody,
Yeah.
they're not necessarily going to know.
3, 2,
And can I
1.
get a burrito
Doesn't
with that?
matter. Jason Inman.
Shuri.
That is correct.
Shuri.
They got it right.
All right,
I
question
spelled it with the
number
Z because
4
I'm
in
pretty
the
sure it
category
is
of
spelled with
Harry
the Z,
Potter.
but I.
Spelled with an S.
In the
Okay,
Harry
well, I
Potter
did it that
franchise,
way.
what
It's
is the
phonetic.
first name of Professor McGonagall?
Oh, so easy. How could you possibly ask a question that's so simple?
You beat me to it, Ellis. That's what
What is it?
All right, 5, 4, 3.
You're gonna
We're
kick
gonna get them
yourself.
3 seconds next
Okay.
time. Donica, you're up first.
Minerva.
That is correct for 1
Minerva.
point.
Minerva.
Also correct.
All right.
I mean, either we have 2 really strong competitors or 2 very too easy of questions.
Isn't that a
If you get one
Deftones
more
song?
answer correct, I'm turning this bus around. We come to the world of DC. These are DC-related movies. Your question is, how many Christopher Reeve Superman movies were released in the 1980s? Somebody very
Somebody's
excited
excited about movie release dates, and it's not Scott Vance because he's not singing about it.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Justice.
That is 3.
Correct.
3.
All
Nailed
right.
it.
Well, that's it. We gotta go. Based on your promise, Mark.
Turn the old bus around.
All right. Question number 6. Category is The Hobbit. In The Unexpected Journey, what turns the trolls that captured Bilbo and the dwarves to stone?
They're writing down.
They
their
are.
Is it an acorn? Because that's what it does. That's what does the trick in
Happy
Willow.
to be in their company.
Yep.
You go to 5, 4, 3,
don't know.
2,
I don't remember.
1. Mr. Donica.
The sun/dawned.
We'll give you
We will
that.
take that.
I did the same thing because the question wasn't very specific.
Yep, that is correct. The sunlight.
I put elves because,
All
but they don't
right.
show
Not
up till
only
like
getting
the
everything
second
right,
movie,
they're
isn't
arguing
it?
about
I don't
the
remember.
specificity of the question.
We're cakes.
If there's one thing,
Man, I haven't seen that movie forever.
By the way,
I
do
always
you
saw
need a
it
full
once.
shirt? There's a Target right down the street. I will buy you a full shirt with sleeves.
that'll get everybody
I just wanna know.
loosened up.
Oh.
Your next category is from the world of the DC
I like your outfit,
Extended
Mark.
Universe. The DCEU, and the fans not happy with that. They've made quality movies. What are the 3 artifacts that Steppenwolf is after in Justice League called? They're literally laughing us out of the building. I mean,
I also, as a DCEU
That is kind of a
thing, I thought they canceled that.
It's still going on. They have 9 current jokers. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Jason Inman.
Mother boxes.
That is correct.
Mother boxes.
It's
Yep.
correct.
Mother of
Alright, there you go.
boxes.
And I'm laughing. Not because I think that the
Which
premise
lead
of
to
the
the
question
boob
is very
tubes.
appropriate. It's just that we just have a lot of real dorks
Yeah.
in this studio
These are
right
just
now
people
that know
who
the answer to everything.
watched movies about people in tights one too many times. All right. Next category is Star Wars. In The Phantom Menace, Qui-Gon took a blood sample from Anakin to get a midichlorian count. Anakin's count was over what amount?
There's a specified number that it was over.
Yeah.
And
He
you
did.
know,
I think he took the count with a woman's razor.
I don't remember.
I
You're
believe there was
I'm just
I believe
giving
it
a
was
really.
Essence.
I said 10,000.
Perhaps made it. They're
4,
makers of razors.
3, 2, 1. We go to Mark
Donica.
Donica.
Over 50,000.
That
It
is
is not
incorrect.
correct.
Jason Inman.
I said 900 or more than Master Yoda.
Also incorrect. We were looking for 20,000.
Over 20,000.
Over
Well, that is
20,000.
Well,
Ken-
if
Ken
this,
would've
if
gotten
this
that.
How
was the
dare us
price
for
is
not
right,
remembering a number?
I think I would have won.
That's right. Hey, everybody.
No, because
complain about
well,
easy
technically, I
ones.
guess.
The closest without
So now we
going
go to
over. Come
Marvel
on.
movies. Marvel movies. These are any movies that are based on Marvel
Very
characters.
true.
What was the name of the scientist who was helping Bruce and was contaminated with Bruce's blood in the Incredible Hulk?
Well,
They were just talking about this too,
We didn't-
weren't they?
name
stepped our
because
game
he's.
up.
Exactly. Bringing it.
He's got a
back
couple
to movies
names.
Less people have seen.
That's right.
So
I don't
what's the
remember
name
his
of the
name.
scientist?
All right.
Oh, I don't know.
5,
He had a.
4,
He had a.
Not sure.
2, 1. Jason Inman.
Is it Samuel Stearns?
It
It
is.
is.
Okay.
Damn.
So it's not Jason Inman.
It is Sorry, no.
I put Mr. Blue because it's Mr.
That's very
Blue.
kind of
That's
you,
how he
Mark, to say
talks
that
to him, but I know it's
Jason
not his
Inman is
name.
an actual scientist.
We thought you was it too.
Jason Inman.
Same guy.
And the crowd.
All right,
Mixed on the
final
joke.
question in round 1. Question 10 is mixed bag. Where was Shredder's secret base in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2: Secret of the Ooze?
Finally.
Wait.
Something I know.
That's
What was the
awesome.
end of that question?
Where was Shredder's secret base
Sorry, guys.
in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2: Secret of the Ooze?
Teenage Mutant Ninja
The
Turtles
end of the question was
thing.
the title of the movie.
So I have no idea.
I mean,
I believe that's why
We
you're
have
wearing
it,
the color
but-
green today is
Do we?
because in honor
Yeah, we
of
do. We have
Turtles.
all
yeah,
four.
that is
Good.
fair. It's not the reason I'm wearing green.
I mean, we
Repeat the
have like
question,
a
please.
4-pack.
Okay.
3.
There's 3,
Where
but there's
was
like a.
Shredder's
Oh,
secret
maybe it's a
base in
3-pack.
Teenage
Yeah, you're
Mutant
right.
Ninja Turtles
It's a 3-pack.
2: The Secret
I
of
think the
Ooze.
4-pack had TMNT, the cartoon.
Yeah, you're right.
I mean, there's a great song in that movie. Isn't that the one with the go
What is the
ninja,
bass?
Go ninja,
Ninja
go.
The dump.
Rap is-
I could have probably guessed like the sewer or something, but
4,
that's
New York City landfill. I don't know. It's a dump.
As the sun fades on round 1, Mark Donica.
You weren't specific. New York.
Cannot accept New York. Jason Inman.
They never specifically say it in the movie, but it's either a landfill or a scrapyard.
We will take
We will
scrap
accept
yard.
scrap
Yes,
yard.
we will.
Yes,
All
that is
right.
a
Landfill
The
dump.
dump.
The dump. It's
Point
the
is,
where
Jason's so close
it's
to a
where they
perfect
dump
round.
the
Nonetheless,
freaking
putting up
garbage
9
out of
points.
the
Mark
truck,
Donica
so therefore
pretty
it's the
impressive first
dump.
round himself with 7 points.
Yeah.
It appears that
If he didn't get that right, I feel like he
I would have challenged it.
Yeah, it's true.
I would have
It seems
challenged
like,
it.
They were all on a roll, and then they just decided, you know what, we got to make this look
He's a
like
big
that.
fan of the
So I think they
ooze.
started
I love
missing
it.
on purpose.
They did their best.
Lovejoy
And we
is a
move on to
scientist.
round
Lovejoy from
number
Titanic,
2,
yeah.
Available
Up
in
until this
round
point,
2.
I totally forgot
Jason
we had
Inman,
this
not
until
only
that
are you the favorite
question.
Going into this, not
But
only
yes,
the
it's
current
the
belt holder, you
3-pack.
also have
Yeah, it was
a
news
point
to
lead
me.
over Mark Donica.
Yeah.
So you can determine
But I
if you
bought
want
it
to
'cause
spin
it's
now or
amazing.
defer to your son.
I would like to see how Mark spins first.
There you go.
Maybe
So, riding that line.
challenging his Innergeekdom ability, it
Yes.
seems, with that barb. And here comes Donica.
Yeah, because he has a chance to.
He's taller than the wheel.
All right. Pretty good spin there.
Definitely.
That might
Solid
even
spin.
impress Jason Inman and his superhero abilities.
We'll see if Jason's superhero abilities can make it.
So you know that one video where the person is like spinning really fast in the thing and then it goes up into the space and it goes doo 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 doo. They should totally, someone should totally do that with the wheel. It like spins and then it goes up. And
Oh! Spin again. Spin
Hung on
again.
there.
Yeah.
Do you want Star Trek, Donica?
I mean, Jason.
That was so close.
Some Star Trek, but
Meryl Streep's not on that. Come on.
All right,
Looks like
Donica's
he's
going to
going to
spin
spin
again.
Same
I would like to remind the competitors, spinning the wheel is not a feat of strength. You merely need to
And you
spin
show
it
wild berries
just
dancing in
enough
there.
to where we get a
Yeah.
fair assessment of the randomness of the categories. You do not win a large stuffed animal for spinning it.
Stop.
We're back from
Slow
break,
down.
and we have the spin, and it could be opponent's choice this time. Emma, it's gonna be
MCU. That's better.
All right.
Donica
That's
is seemingly
better.
pretty happy with that.
Yeah.
In
We'll
the
start
world
trick
of
questions
the
before we're
MCU,
pretty,
Emma Fife will be administering
tough.
your questions,
Yeah.
Mark Donica.
All right.
Wonderful.
Mark, your first
In the last
question in
match.
the realm of the MCU, the Marvel Cinematic Universe. In the MCU, what does SHIELD stand for?
Strategic Homeland.
Environmental.
Multiple choice.
No.
Is it A, Supreme Headquarters,
No.
International
Strategic
Espionage Law
Homeland.
Enforcement Division? B, Strategic Hazard Intervention Espionage Logistics
No.
Directorate? C, Strategic Homeland Interventions Enforcement and Logistics Division?
That one.
That
Or
one,
D,
yeah.
Strategic Homeland and Intelligence Enforcement and Logistics Department?
C.
That
Yeah,
is
it's
correct
C.
for 1
Yeah,
point.
C.
I'm just so happy he didn't ask
It
you
was
to
one of
repeat
those
it.
strategic ones.
The Strategic Homeland. I remember that.
Everybody at home doing a reaction. You late to the party, kids. It takes 3. How about a hand for Emma Fife?
Emma Fife. There we go.
Very well. Very well.
Thank you. That was a tongue twister. Question number 2. What alias was given to Thor by Dr. Selwig in Thor?
Donald Blake.
That is correct for 2 points.
You got to that one real fast.
He's got 3
Yes.
questions to go over.
All right, question number 3. In 2008's Iron Man, what character paid the terrorists to capture and kill Tony Stark?
Jebediah, didn't I?
No.
Obadiah Stane.
Obadiah.
I got it. I was
2 points.
close.
No.
Obadiah. I was
All right,
close.
question number 4.
I wasn't even focusing on the question.
In Captain America: First Avenger, Steve Rogers is recruited to perform as Captain America at rallies in order to sell what product?
War bonds.
That is correct
war
for 2
bonds,
points.
those
I think
things.
he's seen some of these movies, Emma.
Maybe.
He's doing good, though.
Just a guess.
Yeah,
and
he's
then
doing
your
good.
final question. What charm is on Natasha's necklace in Captain
And a bow and
America:
arrow.
Winter Soldier?
Yeah?
Yeah, it's a bow and arrow.
Gotta think about this one.
I know this. It's a bow and arrow.
Can you please repeat the question?
She wears a necklace?
Yeah, she
Yes.
does.
What charm is on Natasha's necklace in Captain America: Winter Soldier?
It's an arrow.
This whole match, I'm just here to look pretty.
Oh, I know
I have
this.
no clue. Majority of these questions.
No,
That's
I
terrible.
will tell you why I know this, but yeah, it's a bow and arrow.
Because that's what when he saved her.
Multiple choice,
Or
please.
she saved him.
Is it A, a spider, B, an A, C, an hourglass, or D, an arrow?
An arrow.
An arrow.
That is correct for 1 point.
I know
You
it.
said bow and arrow.
Well, it's the same thing. It's an arrow, bow and arrow.
Two items.
It was a
I'm
You
just
mean
curious
very,
as to
very
what they would
strategically played
do
round. He
if you
tried
said bow
his
and
best to
arrow,
get
and they're
2
like,
points on
sorry, it's just an
everything,
arrow.
and, you know,
Yeah, but I consider
instead
like
of
just an
simply
arrow,
admitting
bow and
defeat
arrow.
when he really
It's a
needed
bow
multiple
and
choices
arrow.
there
But I
for him.
said
Like, I could see them
arrow.
together.
Round by you, Emma. And now we go
No,
to Jason
it,
Inman.
well, okay,
Spin
but
the
yeah, it's
wheel
just an
with
arrow.
justice.
The only reason why I know that is because everyone's speculating, like, oh,
He did like a
Natasha
little thing with his
and
hand. There's like a little flurry.
Hot
He's got a
dog.
little
Yeah.
bit of a bowler's,
Yeah.
putting a little bit of spin on it. Cody Hall would be proud of him.
Very proud.
Cody
yeah.
Hall, a famous bowler in the Southeast.
Also, maybe Spider-Man.
And here we go. He's going to pass opponent's choice. Doesn't have to worry about that. He could get spinner's choice.
Yeah,
Lord of
he's
the
studied up
Rings.
Lord of the Rings like
Thinking about
crazy.
it.
I know this is a category that hasn't always been super strong for him, and he has been
Yeah,
studying
he's gonna
it.
go for it.
I think he
The
might.
recent short-term
He studied
memory
it.
over the long term.
He's
All
gonna
right,
spin
so
it.
spinning again.
Oh yeah, because he does know Lord of the
Donica
Rings,
is his
but
strategy. This is clearly a guy who's been in these kind of moments before. Emma.
Absolutely. I mean, Jason Inman
This kid-
fought a long, hard battle to get that belt. in
Make
the
or
first
break him
place,
right
so
now.
He definitely knows his stuff.
Worked on his weaknesses.
No
He watches
opponent's
all of the
choice.
Matches. He knows his craft well.
He
And we'll
does.
see if it pays off for him here with the spinner's choice. It's looking like a
oh,
Star
so close,
Right.
so
Jason
close,
Inman,
but
spinning Star
still
Wars,
Star Wars.
a preferred category of the Innergeekdom. From
But
what we've seen
Donica
thus
knows
far
that
in
too.
the matches.
it
Jason,
does.
Star Wars is a movie that takes place in a galaxy not close to us.
And also not now.
Not that it's actually it's
So
in
it's the future.
Future, I believe.
That's the one with Captain Kirk in it, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Absolutely.
Great on that one.
Jason Justice Inman, your
Yep.
first question in the world of Star Wars movies. What was the call sign of Admiral Akbar's ship?
Doradic.
Gold Leader. No.
Star Wars has been spun a lot.
Multiple choice.
I don't remember then.
Your options are: is it A, Home 1?
No,
No.
B, Home 3?
You would know this.
No.
C, home 6,
No.
or D, home 2?
Home 2. I don't. What?
They're really creative
It
with
was
their
really
names on
home.
Star Wars.
I'm thinking of
I'm a Sam Levine
Force,
on this one.
Last Jedi.
A.
That is correct.
There you go. I did not know it was home 1.
I just want to point out that's the
Oh,
first
you
hard
thought it
question
was.
we've had this entire
I
match.
don't know.
Very tough.
We're never getting
Still
another shot
crossing
at this,
that
Admiral.
line. All this time I thought
We have
Admiral
no
was
choice,
Honda
General.
Civic.
You're not cruisers.
Your next question from World Star Wars movies. Luke
Well, last long
is
roll
told
against that
to
Death
not
Star.
bring what with him because he won't need them into the cave
Your weapons.
on Dagobah.
His weapons.
2 points.
Yeah.
All right. Your next question.
Leave your weapons.
Shut up, you're
And
embarrassing
boy,
me in
am
front
I
of my
not
friend
thrilled to read this one.
Shut up. You're embarrassing me in
In
front of
the
my friend
film
Alex.
The Force Awakens, who said the line, "Tell that to Conja Club"?
What's his name, though?
That's true. What is his name?
Damn.
That's amazing.
The camera should have been on Mark.
That's
Was it on
amazing.
Mark?
I'd like to point out to the audience, some things are funny, that is not one of them. Your options are, is
Tell
it
that
A,
to Conja Club.
Rezu Quinfi, B, Balatique,
Balatique?
C,
Nope.
Delphi Cloda, or D,
I'm gonna say
I want to say
Top
C.
Delphi.
Balatique?
It is Balatique.
Okay, see, alright.
We also would have accepted Mark Ellis or Topher Grace. Jason Inman is now within 2 points of Donica, so he could get a correct
You got me to
answer,
second guess
and time him. He
Balatique.
could have to leave
Sorry.
going into round 3.
Ooh,
How did I
wait a
do
minute,
and
sir.
see your next
Because I said
question.
Balatique, and
How
then you're
many
like, no.
TIE
I'm like, oh,
fighters
okay.
are
maybe.
in pursuit of the Millennium Falcon after it escapes the Death Star in A New Hope?
4.
2 more points for ties.
I had that up as he was saying it.
We are tied at 15, so
I
Jason
wasn't
Inman
paying
now
attention.
We'd have to go to
Question.
photo finish for that one again.
Did
I get it in
We're gonna
time?
get a fantastic
I wasn't
continuation
paying
of a 5-round heavyweight match.
It was
Jason,
quick.
Last question in the world of Star Wars movies. What is the name of the planet that the Resistance seeks refuge on in the final act of The Last Jedi?
Crate?
Jason Inman has the lead. Going in around.
I was waiting. I'm like, wait,
Once
which
again,
one?
I did not pay attention to what the question was.
A solid
great.
round 2.
You
all
heard
around,
Last
I have
Jedi
to
and you're
say.
like-
You know, is,
I didn't
as
even
much
hear
as
Last Jedi. I
question some
thought
of
I
the
heard
life
Force
choices that Mark
Awakens.
Donica is making. He is a very good competitor here in the Innergeekdom
We
League.
both had very tough
Shut up,
questions.
you're
I had
embarrassing
me in front of
I had
Mateo.
the one that hurts my soul, and we move on to round 3, which is known as the betting round.
Alex,
In
by the way,
round
is the
3,
Star Wars
competitors,
Explained Alex
retain their
Damon.
whiteboards
Yeah.
that they had left over from round 1, as well as their
It's an
priority
inside joke.
markers.
Sorry, guys.
What's gonna happen
Not so
is
inside. I
whoever
just
the
kept saying it
lead is
over and
gonna
over
be
whenever
Jason Inman.
she called me
Whatever
out about how we
category
missed
that wheel
Felicity
lands on,
Jones's
we're gonna ask
question
you one question.
playing
You can
Jyn
wager
Erso.
points on the category.
Oh,
He's
oh.
trying to use that. Is that the Vulcan neck pitch? It could be Lord of the Rings.
There you go.
Lord of
And
the Rings.
we're going to stick with Lord of the Rings here for a spin. I know Emma Fife would probably wager all 3 of her points, so what we need you gentlemen to do is please keep this to yourself when you do so. Write down the amount of points that you want to wager on the Lord of the Rings category. 0 points all the way up to 3 points, and then please show that to one of our incredible assistants who worked very
Do
hard
2, Inman.
for all those
So we
yards.
Because if he
lose
does-
these points, correct?
If
you get it wrong.
yes. Great.
All right, gentlemen, in the betting
Saw it.
round,
It was 2.
your question in
Did
the
you?
category of Lord of the Rings is, in Return of the King, the giant battering ram used to bust through the gates of Minas Tirith is in the shape of what animal?
Dick and balls. Oh, wait. Bear.
It's a lot like round 1. It's
Yeah.
just there's so much
It's
more
just
at
there's
stake.
yeah,
boar?
you could lose points.
This is
Is that the word
It
I'm looking
is.
for?
the match.
4.
A dragon. A dragon. Their buster was a
Give them
dragon.
the customary count anyway, and we're done. Jason Inman, how many points did you wager?
2.
You wagered 2 points, and what was your answer?
Is it a dragon?
It is not a
Okay.
dragon. It is not a dragon.
He's down to 15. Mark Donica, how many points did you wager?
2 points.
You wagered 2 points as well. What animal did you have?
Ram.
It is not a ram. It is a wolf. It is a wolf that we are looking for. Wolf.
make any logistic sense.
It's
No,
a wolf,
it
and we
does.
don't know if it's as classy as the
It's,
one
there's
that's in
hobbits
Schmoedown.
and elves. I don't think any of it makes any sense, actually.
It takes place in a land called Middle Earth, as far as I know. Doesn't actually exist.
Yeah, we want to be respectful.
We move
It does.
on.
It's
we're-
called New Zealand.
We're at the same
where
level now,
action
though,
gets Fast
so-
and
Yeah.
Furious.
2
That
points
is because
deficit.
the Fast and Furious movies are not involved, and it is the speed round where Each competitor is going to have a buzzer at their
I'm
station.
just a bell girl.
As soon as they think they know the answer, Emma, they're going to buzz in. Competitors,
The flying
you have
jib.
2 seconds.
Just watch that
2
episode,
seconds
too.
maximum
If you guys
to
know.
get an
The
answer.
Office.
You get it right, you get 1 point. If you get it wrong, you lose a point.
Trivia
Emma
episode.
Fife, if you would administer
And all
the
that
first
will be
question
cut.
in the lightning round.
It won't.
Who
That's
played
all stayed in.
Legolas?
No.
Jason Inman.
Orlando Bloom.
That
All
guy.
right, in Wonder Woman, what is the last name given to Diana?
Jason Inman.
Prince.
In The Empire Strikes Back, who reactivated the hyperdrive on the Falcon during its escape from Cloud City?
R2D2.
Jason Inman.
R2D2.
Good.
Okay, wow, that was a good
I'm not very good at
We asked some questions fast there, too. Let's keep the momentum going. Jason Inman, a 5-point lead. 2 questions left in the speed round. Your next question. Who played the Grand Master in Thor?
Jeff Goldblum.
Jeff Goldblum.
That is correct for 1
Quick.
point. And your last question. In the Harry Potter sport of Quidditch, how many points is the golden snake?
150
Donica.
points.
150.
That is correct for 1
Okay,
point.
so Donica recovering some of the points.
Damn,
lost,
that's
but still
speedy
a 5-point
round.
deficit there. Very well played speed round by Jason Justice Inman, and I was very impressed with him.
I have to agree. I mean, we
Almost
see these
with
competitors who have played
a clean sweep
for so
of that
long and
round.
have done
I'm okay.
multiple
I got my
championship
Harry Potter
matches. They always
questions
kind of
right.
have a leg
I'm
up in
good.
that speed round, and
I was to say 5.
But still, there's no denying that Jason Inman knows his stuff and knows how to hit a buzzer.
The experience showing, but Mark Donica really quick on the trigger there, too. Just not quite as quick as Inman on a few of those early ones. And now we move on to round 5. This is where we're going to determine who goes home with that there belt. Each question in round 5. Mark Donica, you are going to go first. You trail Jason Inman by 5. This is a very doable game. We've seen stranger things happen in the Innergeekdom League, and
We've
indeed,
seen Stranger Things on Netflix also.
Fun
show.
Not sponsored.
It's gonna have a house at Halloween Hornet.
We'll be there with Mark Donica. That's the plan.
Indiana Jones movies. And your question is, in Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade, which historical figure gave Indiana his autograph?
Hitler.
Hitler.
He is a historical figure. That is 2 points, and we are within 3. So Donica, if he gets this next question correct, then we're looking at a tie
He's going
game,
walking
and he's
down
going to force the hand of
Fine.
Jason Justice Inman. Donica, for your 3-pointer, you selected number 17, the last possible number you could have, and that's Star Wars. Your 3-point question is, according to Qui-Gon, what was an odd play for the Trade Federation?
To attack. No, to set up the blockade to block the trade.
A lot of Qui-Gon Jinn questions. He's a
You're
man
right.
of many words.
5, 4, 3,
Set up a
Please read the
blockade.
question.
2.
Set up a
According
blockade.
to Qui-Gon, what was an odd play for the Trade Federation?
Or was it the troops?
I don't know, it's been a while since I've seen Phantom Menace too.
3,
The blockade around Naboo.
2. That we cannot accept that. We're looking for invasion.
To bring in the troops.
I'd like to challenge that.
You certainly can
Yeah.
use your challenge on that.
But the
Consult
blockade
my
was
Star
first, the
Wars experts,
invasion
Jedi
came
Council,
second.
Right after this.
It
Yeah,
can
but
only
when
mean,
did what
it
he-
can only mean one
to be
thing.
fair-
Invasion. Yeah.
That's true, but like, what did Qui-Gon
steps.
think that it was an odd
Back, and
play?
after consulting with a
invasion.
number of creatures from all across this galaxy, we have decided that the challenge for Mark Donica will not be honored. Mark Donica
Yeah,
does not gain
it's
the
2
points.
steps.
The question stands
The blockade
as asked,
holds
with the
him
answer
back,
being
and then the invasion, they go
And
down to the
now
planet.
We have a situation where Donica needs to get a correct answer, or else
It's in the
Jason
trailer,
Inman
too.
will retain the belt. Here we go. Mark Donica, you selected number 13 for your 5-point question. And that is, in the world of DC movies, your question is, who played Senator Robert Hammond in the movie Green Lantern?
Oh, man.
Just really digging into those movies with green people or things in the
Haven't
title
seen it.
that people might have not seen more than once.
I'm going to say James Caan.
And we're going to have to give you a count here. 5, 4, 3, 2,
Taika Waititi. Mm.
Nope.
1. And
Tim Robbins.
Oh, man, that's tough. Tim Robbins, huh?
Was it Tim Robbins?
Yeah. Look at that. The way I wanted it to go, but still.
Jason disappointment for Jason.
See, that's what happens when you associate yourself with the Lions Den. You step a peg down.
It really was.
I don't know.
I mean, you know, you look at that round one, and that's got to be one of the greatest round ones in the history of the Schmoedown, certainly in the Innergeekdom. I mean, again, you could say the questions were easy, but honestly, these competitors both came to play today, and they fought tooth and nail.
And if they thought some of those early questions were easy, the
Maybe watch
questions
the Green
really ramped
Lantern.
up in the level of difficulty as the rounds progressed, and just the degree of difficulty with answering these speed round questions, that is really where Jason Inman showed his teeth as a champion for the first time. And Mark Donica threw as many punches as he possibly could. He used his JT rules, he used his challenge, he played a well-managed game, just could not quite get over that hump.
Yeah, there's no doubt in my mind that Mark Donica knew most, if not all, of the questions in that speed round, and ultimately it came down to Jason got the up on him in the buzzer, and going into the final round being down by a significant amount, it can affect your confidence.
What is the future of Jason? Who's he going to be taking on next? We'll wait and see. Mark Donica, what's the future of him in this league with the Lions? Then in general, we throw it all over to Jen Sturger.
Jason Inman, congratulations for
Thank you.
defending your title. How are you
so
feeling
much.
right now?
I feel really good because I've now walked into the Schmoedown history books as the only Innergeekdom player to go 4 matches as undefeated. And now I've tied Hector for defending the title twice. So I feel pretty good.
You were very impressive, especially, I mean, the first round.
One
you guys
more and
both
he'll be
were
the
neck
best
and neck,
Innergeekdom
but the
champion there
speed
ever
round,
was.
You really took off in the speed round.
Yes.
Do you think
That's
that your
very
experience
I
having
wish
done this
Jeremy
before
would come back
paid
though and
off?
take him on.
Yes, I
That'd be
definitely
awesome.
think that having touched those buzzers before, you do get a sense of them. But the biggest lesson I learned the last time I was in speed round is try to figure out what the question is before they finish it and beat your opponent.
Try
And
that with your wife.
Yeah. Not every day. No. That might lead to divorce court.
But you did a wonderful job.
Thank you.
Which you can watch on
Now, who do you want
KTTU.
to face next is the real question.
You know,
My
I'm just gonna sit
My
back
TV.
and let the Innergeekdom go back.
They got
because
it in
I
LA,
want
we watched.
a worthy competitor. Because,
That's true, we watched it
Mark
there as
Donica
well.
played a hell of a game.
Do you think, since he hasn't been around that long, do you think he just didn't have the experience possibly?
Exactly. I was saying to Christian a long time that I wanted whoever won both 5-ways to go against the gauntlet of Hector Navarro, Robert Meyer Burnett, and Rachel Cushing, like the big league players of this league, because then I think if you can clear through that, then you deserve to get a shot at the belt. But
what about the 3 big names you just mentioned?
Oh.
Any of them intriguing you?
You know, I'm very interested to go against Rachel on one-on-one. Like, Rachel and I have faced off in 5-ways. I'd love to do that. Hector I've already faced and I've already beat, so I don't need to face him again. And Robert Meyer Burnett I took out in a 5-way in the single, so I don't need to face him either. But Rachel is the real mystery. But also, I'd love to face Mike Kalinowski. I think he'd be a lot of fun. But you know what? Both of them got to earn their shot, because I sure as damn did.
Yep.
Whew.
It's true.
Well, congratulations
Thank you.
again. We are so glad to have you as our champion.
I'm
and
so happy to be the people's champion. One last thing.
don't let that thing get too heavy, all right?
I won't. It won't. I do this for you guys, because this is like for all us nerds who love this stuff, who watch these movies. I'm for you. I do not want. This is the year of heroes in the Schmoedown, and I just want to make an offer to all those managers out there. I've defended this title twice now, and no league has recruited me. What up with that? What up with that?
You don't need a league, man.
But you know, I'm looking for
Create
offers,
your own.
And you know, I work for cheap.
Have belts.
You can join our
Double job.
reaction
Thank you so
faction.
much. Lovely to see you.
Mark Donica, that was a
We're never there, so you just be the
well-done
top player.
match, especially for your first title match that you've been in. How are you feeling right now?
I feel like I played an amazing game. I still don't believe that Jason Inman, considering himself a hero, did anything to help his chances. But he should stay ready, because I'm coming back as soon as I possibly can.
Who are you going to have to face next, do you think, in order to get back to Jason Inman?
So there's a lot of folks that come to these matches, watch them in the crowd. Yeah, especially seeing a marquee talent such as myself. And there was one person in particular in the crowd that seemed to have a problem
Patrick?
with the supposed difficulty level. And that man is Jay Washington.
Oh, snap.
So I'm challenging you, Jay Washington. You and me, Innergeekdom. Let's make it happen.
Jay Washington can walk his way into this
There's two
arena
factions
and sit
going up
there in the
against
back
each other,
and chip,
too.
You got the
chip
Viper
about
Squad
what he thinks he knows.
against
But
the
let's get in the
Lions Den.
ring like you know how to do, Jay. My man Mark
is here to challenge you, Jennifer.
Oh, wow. Good luck with that one. Back to you guys.
I love you, Jen.
All right, Jen. So you see, quite a lively backstage, I think, is an understatement. With Mark Donica, look, I know he's a heel in this league. He's saying some mean things, but he also, you can see underneath the surface a begrudging level of respect for the game that Jason Inman played, even with some of the jabs he took.
Absolutely, and I think that for me is that glimmer of hope that there is still something of the Mark Donica I once knew underneath all of that. You know,
There's still good in
Tom
him.
Magnino comes in, and first he got Ken, and now he's got Mark Donica, and I respect that Donica, for all the shade he throws, is able to still acknowledge that Jason Inman is an incredibly strong competitor, and it was a well-won victory.
And for Jason Inman, he's waiting for that next opponent that's going to come and try to take that belt from him. He said as much that he wants to hold on to that belt all year long. He's doing a great job in the early going here as we continue into this season of the Movie Trivia Schmoedown. Make sure you guys check out the Facebook page, the Movie Trivia Schmoedown. Check out the Schmoedown Rundown on iTunes, and of course, check out our Patreon. Please support the Schmoedown Patreon. Become a patron. You can get your name mentioned in here. Check out all the many tiers we have available
Christian's
to you.
got that Jesus on the cross
Thank you so much
look.
for joining us.
Well, thank you so much for having me.
Where can the kids find you out
You
there?
can find me all over the internet, wherever Emma Fifes are sold, at Emma Fife.
I am merely Mark Ellis at Mark Ellis Live. We'll catch you guys very soon for an all-new Movie Trivia Schmoedown. Sleep tight.
What's up, man?
Oh,
we gotta beat Dan Morrow. Nice to meet you. Welcome.
He's going up to Dorian now?
Welcome to the show, as it is. I only like the same age. Man, I'm the guy that beat Dan Morrow. I don't know if you know that. I know you're new around here. This Collider, it's kind of a big deal. Dan Morrow was one of the biggest, heaviest hitting competitors in the whole league, and then I came along, and honestly, he hasn't showed his face since, man. I was born in 1988, so I'm about to turn 30, you know. It's been a crazy run. It's been a crazy run these last 6 months. Yeah. You want my autograph?
I mean, yeah, sure, I guess.
Yeah? You don't have to act so cool about it, man. You can, I mean, everyone here knows. Everyone here knows, right? Yeah, that's me. Yeah, Morrow. Fuck him up. What's your name?
Dorian Parks.
Damian Parks. Parks, that's cool. Let's see. He's dead. Love the guy who killed him. Me, right?
I feel like they're leading up to Dan coming back to take on Guy, but that'd be
no problem, man. No big deal.
maybe a handicap match, team action versus Dan. There you go. Wait, we can get his autograph? I didn't know that was a thing.
Nice to meet you, Damien. Hey, congratulations on the job.
Dan Morrow sees this, he's going to
So he's really trying to get Dan Morrow to come out and get him. You know what? Bring it. I would love to see Dan Morrow go up against a guy and put him where he needs to be put.
But I would love to see Ben Bateman and Guy versus Dan Morrow. We've already seen a handicap match. Let's see if Dan Morrow can come back and...
That would be a low blow to morale for the Action Army if that happened, too.
No, it wouldn't, because it'd be, if they won, it'd be amazing.
Right. But let's be real, they're not going to win. So.
You don't know that. We've seen Dan Morrow perform minimally as well. Look at that low-scoring match against Christian in the championship match.
I think that he knows what he needs to do. Get well rested. Come back.
He's not getting well rested though. Dan Morrow is busting his ass over at Screen Junkies, so it's not like he's taking a vacation since he hasn't been in the Schmoedown. The man's been killing it, and he's gonna come back, and he's got some 2 fighters going up against him, possibly with Team Action. Now the whole thing with Team Action though, if they can pull out a victory over the Shire Wolves, that'll just help them. If they do get beat by the Shire Wolves, I don't know if they're in any position to take on the champ himself, or at least, you know, the people's champ, that is Dan Morrow. There needs to be a little bit of retribution for what everybody had to go through at the free-for-all with the rope-a-dope and having Andrew Guy come out in his place. So, but I love the angle. I think we need more of these Andrew Guy at the end. We've been without him. We've been Guy depleted for the last few months, so we need to get caught up. Yeah, we need to get
Here's
caught
3
up.
months worth of Guy. He's been bottling it up, and it's showing right now.
But it's exciting to see him back, and I can't wait to see if Dan Morrow does poke his head out sometime this year.
Collision.
I mean, we've got Collision in him, and of course the Spectacular at the end of the year. Congratulations.
How awesome, though, would it be at the live event? Whoever wins, Shire Wolves live, Team Action's going to be there. Dan Merle comes out and he's like, I want to challenge you right here, right now. And they do it there.
Stop hyping everybody up for
I know, I'm
something
so
that may
sorry.
not happen. So many people are going to be waiting for Dan Merle to walk out, and he's going to be like busting his ass at Screen Junkie. So he's like, I can't get over
I know,
there.
I'm sorry, guys. Forget everything I just said right now.
Dan Merle at the live event, you heard it here. But either way, Jason Inman walking away with the championship just like we wanted, because I mean, it just makes the most sense. We need to have him foster that belt into being a champion of epic proportions, to where somebody can come down and then eventually take him down, possibly after he's held the belt and fought it off for a few times. But either way, congratulations, Jason Inman and Donica. You ain't going nowhere, so that's the cool thing, is even though he lost, he's gonna be able to put in more time in the Schmoedown.
TKO nonetheless too. That kind of puts a little notch on there as well, like, hey, look what I did.
Win,
right.
yeah.
Donica, you played a good game. You have to step back and straighten out your priorities with the Lions Den. They're holding you back.
No, they're not. They're lifting him up.
No, they're dragging him down.
He's a marquee name. He's at the top.
They're dragging him down. But I can't wait to see more of you when you come back. That you against Jay will be a lot of fun.
It will be a lot of fun. I'm happy to see Jay getting another match lined up too, because
Glorious.
the man, you were gonna buy that shirt too, but it's just improperly placed where he's holding his arms.
Oh yeah.
So
if you understand why when he's holding his hands like that, yeah.
It ain't gonna work for Vanessa.
No.
But either way, Donica, I'd love to have one of your shirts, or just send me one of the shirts you own.
I'll just buy
it.
that Jay shirt for you.
It's glorious for sure, but I'd probably go in that match. I love Jay Washington, but I'd have who you got for Donica, because I want to see the man succeed. You know what?
Because I would want to see Jay succeed too. He's been going at this.
We'll cross that bridge. I love to see a little Dorian Parks behind the scenes too, because he's been popping up. But yeah, it's a lot of fun. I can't wait to see what they have in store. Speaking of the live event, we really want to go to that live event, so tell Christian Harloff, hey, Late to the Party wants to be there. Get us there, because shit's pricey to get over to California as much as we are, and we plan to be at Collider Collision as well, so telling Christian, bring us in, that'd be much appreciated. But either way, thank you guys for watching our reaction to the battle between Jason Inman and Mark Donica. You can like and subscribe.
You can do the thing on our Facebook, Twitter, Tumblr, Instagram, Stardust.
All the social networking gin joints, you know where they are. Kick into the party, feel the party, keep the party going. Hit our Patreon, gets us where we need to go. And we just did we did a bunch of reviews and trailer reactions. It's Avengers Weekend coming too. We're going to be pretty busy. But we just did reactions to Deadpool 2 and Venom. So check out those reactions. They're getting up there with the views. So apparently we did something right. But either way, thank you guys so much. And as always,
now it's time to say goodbye. And this party's over.
That's what we say.